unrealistic expectations, okay? And y'all, I'm gonna try not to get too hype about this, but I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm just going to speak because I date men, so I can only speak from my perspective as a woman dating men. I see men these days coming in with very unrealistic expectations. Well, for me anyway, because they come in and they want X, Y, and the Z. They want to try out all aspects of the car, all aspects of the model. And yet, they are not trying to commit. They're trying to test drive and 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 test drive until they decide, oh, this is something I want to deal with, or this is something I want to be with, or this is someone I want to be with. Women, hold on to your standards. I know in a world that everybody's doing different. Hey y'all, it's your girl Samantha Lee, and I'm here to answer another question that I've been getting a lot on my social media platform, okay? And that's because it's common knowledge now I'm dating. And so the question is, what are some common red flags I see or hear about in dating today? And I'm gonna give you six red flags that you should be on the lookout for in dating today. If you out here and you're single and you're trying to mingle, y'all need to pay attention to this list, okay? So let me go ahead. I'm not gonna waste no more time. Red flag number one that you need to be looking out for, I'm talking to you, is love bombing. Y'all, I'm seeing a lot of love bombing, a lot of it, where people are coming into relationships and they are, you go on a first date, they talking about they could see a future with you, which is called future faking. They trying to, talk about what y'all could be. They've never felt this way before. They feel like you're their wife. They feel like you're their spouse. They feel like you're the person they've been looking for. They've never felt this way about anyone before. Yes, that's called love bombing. They're on your phone. They want to get in a committed relationship very quickly. They are like putting it on thick at ASAP, like as soon as you get on the first date. And some women are like, oh, wow, this is amazing. He sees my value. He sees this, that, and the third. Or women do the same thing. They can love bomb you as well and try to lock you down into a relationship really, really quickly and say, I think you're my husband and I think you're perfect and you're the guy that I've been looking for and this, that, and the third. And really, they're just trying to lock something down. Love bombing is a form of manipulation. It's to lock you down. It's to get those neurotransmitters going. So be on the lookout, y'all. Love bombing is going on, and it's going on a lot, okay? Why is it going on a lot? Because it works. Because it's an effective strategy to get people caught up. Okay, so number one you got to be on the lookout for is love bombing. And in the comments below, tell me a love bombing phrase you've gotten or someone that has been, loving on you or trying to pursue you or whatever that looks like for you. Tell me a little phrase in the comments of what you've gotten so we can put everybody on game, okay? So anyway, the second one that I've seen is inconsistent communication. So after the love bombing and they're so consistent and they so much want to pursue you and they so much want to get on a date and want to be in a relationship and they see your future and they want you to meet their family and they think you're perfect, then they start being inconsistent. Sam, what happened? I thought everything was great. I thought that we were on the same page. I thought we wanted the same things. Well, yes, it's the switcheroo. It's a switcheroo. So I push-pull. I put you in a push-pull dynamic where I at one time was all in, and now I'm not really sure about you. It's the switch up. It's the inconsistent communication. You guys, that's why I say you've got to really not just jump into things with people. You've got to see how they go about. Like in the beginning, it's exciting, it's new, it's fresh. But over time, are you consistent? Can you keep this up for more than 2 weeks? I think that you guys need to kind of pace it out a little bit more before jumping into a relationship, because you never really know. Somebody could be all in and then all out, and then you're wondering what's going on, and you're trying to spin your wheels to get back into the same place you were to begin with. And that place is impossible because that person that you received in the beginning wasn't real. Okay, inconsistent communication, unrealistic expectations. Okay, and y'all, I'm gonna try not to get too hype about this, but I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm just going to speak because I date men, so I can only speak from my perspective as a woman dating men. I see men these days coming in with very unrealistic expectations. Well, for me anyway, because they come in and they want X, Y, and the Z. They want to try out all aspects of the car, all aspects of the model. And yet they are not trying to commit. They're trying to test drive and 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 test drive until they decide, oh, this is something I want to deal with, or this is something I want to be with, or this is someone I want to be with. Women, hold on to your standards. I know in a world that everybody's doing different things, if you have a specific standard that you are following, don't let what everybody else is doing determine how you approach and go about your dating relationships. There's ways that I go about it, and it's against culture, and it's worked for me. So I want to encourage you, hold on to your standards. Don't allow culture to determine what you decide you want to do. And that's for men and women, not just women. If there's a way of dating that you feel like is right and you are going to try to compromise to fit today's dating, don't do it. Be old fashioned. It is what it is. You don't need everybody to like you. You just need one. All right. So number 3, unrealistic expectations. Number 4, trashing the ex. Okay. Some of y'all be like, oh, well, he's trashing the ex. That means he doesn't like her. No, it means he keeps thinking about her. And the emotion, love and hate are extremes of the same emotion. Like I can't have that level of hate for you or that feeling of hate for you if I didn't experience at one point strong feelings of love for you. It's a strong feeling in the negative direction, meaning I still have feelings for that person. It just may look like negative, but I still have feelings because I'm expressing a negative, strong emotion towards that person. That's something you need to take into account, men and women. If the woman you are dating, guys, is talking about their ex, oh, I can't stand him. I don't want to eat at this restaurant because of him. I don't want to be here because of him. I don't want to do this because of him. I don't want to do that. He said this and I can't believe he did that. And he still texted me. You should take that into account. That means there's some unresolved things going on in the ex direction. Okay. And then women, same thing. If a man is trashing their ex and talking about like what it was, and I can't believe they did that, and I don't know why it happened like this. Yeah, that's something that you have to take into account. Take that into account. That means they're probably not over their ex. So that is a red flag you need to be aware of. Okay. Because emotion in either way is it's indicative of a feeling that has not yet, or feeling for a person that they have not yet resolved. Okay, number five, y'all, I can't count. Number 5 is a lack of initiative or motivation to actively heal from past unresolved trauma. So I find that as I talk to people and as I've dated people, I've seen that people they have a lot of trauma that they have not yet worked through with a therapist. And I'm not just talking about relationship trauma. I'm talking about childhood trauma. I'm talking about relationships with their mother, their father, maybe some abuse that they've experienced and it wasn't their fault, but now they have the opportunity to heal and change and they just don't have the motivation to do so. That is a red flag. Because those things are going to pop up in your relationship. All of our experiences, they call it big T and little t, big trauma, little trauma, and therapy. All of that combined impacts how we show up in relationships. And so if people are choosing not to heal, people are choosing not to get the help that they need, that's a red flag. Because that's going to impact not only your relationship dynamic, but if you guys have a family, it's also going to impact how they show up as a parent. You have to choose healing. choose healing. And if the person you are with is like, I don't believe in therapy, I don't want to do that, I don't see the issue, I make money, I don't need that, da da da, or they're in a therapy session and they're not really applying what they know, they're just going to therapy because they're trying to shut you up essentially. Well, yeah, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. It's a red flag. Okay. So that's number 5. Number 6, and this is the last one I'm going to give you in this video, is a serial relationshipper, meaning that I wrote this down. So therefore, choosing relationships to fulfill a deeper unmet need versus clarity, a sign, not a lot of time between the last relationship and you. Meaning that if people are unable to be alone and they have a history of not being able to be alone from significant relationships, that is a red flag, meaning that they truly haven't healed from the last relationship. They're just trying to fill the space and they're afraid of being alone. And so what do? They fill in the space with somebody else because they would rather not do the work on themselves. So they keep finding other distractions rather than really taking the time to be alone and healing and becoming a better version of themselves. They would rather just spend more time and investment in someone else and truly not heal from all the things that they've experienced in their lives. That is something you need to take into account. If someone's always in relationships and they cannot be alone, that's a red flag. There's a reason why they can't spend significant time alone. And I'm sorry, men, y'all be the ones. There's some women that do it too. Not gonna say that they don't do it. But men, y'all be the ones that will jump from, like, you'll go from being with someone long-term and then go into another either long-term relationship, or you just sleeping with lots of women and say, oh, well, I'm single. No, you're not alone. You're not really taking time for yourself. You're just filling in the space with multiple women versus really taking the time to heal. It's important to heal. After significant relationships, it's important to heal because now you're emotionally unavailable. You're just sleeping with people. You're doing whatever you're doing. You're not really taking the time to become a better version of yourself. And therefore, probably not the healthiest partner for someone to choose. If you meet someone in the future that you feel like you want to spend that time with, you've really just spent the time filling in the space with other people. And now you can't even really be good for the person that you do decide is going to be someone that's a good fit for your life and someone you want to build a family for. So people, if you get anything from my channel, it's the importance of healing from the inside out. It's important. So guys, this is my video that concludes the 6 red flags that I am seeing in dating today. I hope that this helps you as you are in your dating journey, or people that are trying to I don't know, they have other people that they know are dating. Share this video. It's important. You guys need to see the signs and therefore make better decisions in the dating market today. Okay? All right, you guys, that's it. I'll talk to you guys. See you in my next video.